manager.
Today we are heading to Luton Town to take over the club that last season was still in the Premier League for the first time actually in their history and put up a good fight in most of their games. Actually going toe-to-toe with good opponents. However, this season it is not looking good as they got relegated last year at the end of it still. But then this season the big shock happened as they are sitting 4th from bottom in the championship, and that is when rebuild Sombrero is stepping in to take over this Luton Town side and rebuild them into not only a stable championship club, a good championship club, getting promotion to the Premier League is on the cards, and then of course making Luton the best team not only in England but in Europe. First of all, let's choose a tactical preset, a tactical vision, and we go for the counter-attacking one, hiring a few coaches as well so that those players can grow faster. Looking at this squad, actually once again a typical championship side, playing 5 at the back, which I don't really like. I would love to see wingers in this team. The 2 strikers at top are fine to me, especially Adebayo and also Morris, who is the captain for now. That is alright. But some players out of position. Moses, actually a right midfielder, is playing at right back. Kraus is a CDM. He's actually talented, but only on loan to us. Now, there are certain rules. We do have 14 million for the first season, but per season we have 3 transfers only, maximum available to us. I also have a hard time to believe that this guy Carpenter will bring us any good talents. He is available for a new mission. But I do believe that I am going to fire him actually. And then even though it's going to dip our budget massively of 14 million, we are going to hire Ollie Holm because it's not every day that you get a 5-star youth scout. He goes to England for, let's say, 6 months, trying to find us any decent wingers because we don't have a lot at our club. The one player that we bring in right away, even though we haven't got a lot of money afterwards, is the man who was on loan to us, a German CDM by the name of Tom Kraus, joining us from Mainz for 9 million. In my opinion, we've got too many centre-backs at the club. Lockyer, Anderson, Burke, Bell, Holmes, all of those only on the bench as well. So, yeah, 5 centre-backs on the bench is just too much, especially given we only play with 2 centre-backs in the starting 11. As I've changed up the formation right now. Just looking at it, it is a 4-4-2 holding with 2 CDMs. Chong goes onto the right, Moses onto the left. They both can play those positions. Maurice and Adebayo go on in the starting striking force. Then again, just to give us some money to work with, we've sold a whole list of players. Amari Bell to Shabab, James Scher to Preston North End, Tim Krul to Heidenheim in Germany, Jacob Brown to Vitoria in Portugal, Joe Taylor to Shabab as well as Bell. So 2 players joining Al Shabab in Saudi Arabia, Woodrow joining Hull, and Panzu going to Leeds. And all of that gives us not a lot of money, but at least something to work with. Those are 17 million we can now work with. Actually not too bad of a budget for 2 more players that we can bring in. So unbelievably, on the bench we've only got centre-backs and centre midfielders as well as 1 backup striker. Nothing else here, not even a goalkeeper. And so the new goalkeeper we present is Atzat Alkmaar goalkeeper. He's 20 years of age, 69 rated. Hopefully we'll take over very soon from Kaminski. It is Rome Jaden Ovuzo Oduro for Mark McInnes plus 760k from the Netherlands from AZ Alkmaar. And so with our last scraps of money, we've gone in for an absolute superstar signing for the championship. The championship is where the money is at, and that's what we show here. Bringing in the out-of-favour Fiorentina right back Dodo, who is the clear starter at that club for 15 million to wrap up our transfer window. And that is already looking much better. We have a backup to Kaminski now, only 2 centre-backs on the bench at least. 1 striker with Nelson, the backup, only 59 rated. But for now, we don't need any backups to Maurice and Adebayo, apart from if any of them get injured. Dodo is really elevating the quality in that team. 25-77 overall. Owusu Oduru on the bench with great potential. He's 20-69 rated. At least we have our backup right now. At the end of the transfer window, we also sell Reece Berg to Club Brugge. He was 27-70 overall for nearly 2 million. And I found a few very interesting youth academy players. 2 of them can already get promoted in Robinson and Hobson. One has 69-93 potential, one 66-87. 2 more, one is... What did we say, guys? This team is battling relegation in the championship. They are rather going up as the champions of the championship. 95 points, first place. We are going up alongside Leeds United, and then Burnley, Sheffield, Norwich and Hull are going to make it out between themselves in the playoffs. Aston Villa win the FA Cup over Brighton. Here we've been knocked out by Brighton, the finalists, in round 4. And the Carabao goes to West Ham over Liverpool. Here we've made the quarterfinals, losing to West Ham, another finalist. Wow. We have had a very good season. The likes of Morris with 33 goals, Adebayo with 19, even Kraus, the new man, 12 and 11, Victor Moses with 9 goals even, the 34-year-old. So you guys tell me that this team is going to play Premier League football next season. We have Doughty, who is the highest rated player, only 25 as well, the left back. A gem for present and future. We have Adebayo, who is also ready, Kraus as well. Maybe Dodo and who is there, Mengi and Kaminski, but I'm not so sure about others like Lokia, like Nakamba. That went really quick. First in the championship, going straight back up to the Premier League. Round 4 in the FA Cup, quarterfinals of the Carabao. Not bad in the Cups either. Let's see, I'm really excited to see what we can do in Season 2 in the Premier League. At the end of Season 2, Victor Moses is also going to retire. One more reason to look for a winger this season. We will have round about 48 million. That's what parachute payments do to you. We've also already spent 11 just on renewing contracts. Of course, first of all, we need a new winger, as Moses is going to retire at the end of the season. And adding to that, we have Tai Chong, who has submitted a transfer request. That's why we've gone to Saudi Arabia to bring in Wesley, a talented 20-year-old from Al Nassr for 19 million. I then went on to inquire for a CDM talent from PSG, who is always sat on the bench there, only sporadic squad role at PSG, but for us he's an important player going forward. It is Gabriel Moscardo, a 19-year-old, 74 rated, coming in to Luton Town for 8 million. And so here it is, we have sold Tai Chong to Lazio because he wanted to leave the club. For 8 million, we got rid of him. As well as Jordan Clark, who's actually gone to Burnley for 1.7, so nearly 10 million on 2 players. We've still got 28 million for one final signing. And so with our final signing, a big signing at centre midfield, we make a system change happen. I'm going to explain to you how we are going to approach this. But let's just note for now that an Argentinian centre midfielder joins our club. His name is Christian Medina from Boca Juniors in Argentina for 23 million, our biggest signing yet. And as I've already alluded to, we've changed the system. Only one striker up top. This will give us more chances to absorb pressure. We will have more players in defensive positions, like Medina, who slots in there. At centre midfield, our star starter now. 23-77 overall. Moscardo is right behind him, the CDM 1974. We've got Wesley in the left wing spot, 2076, our second best signing, along behind, of course, Medina. But have we stayed up with Luton Town, or didn't we manage to? Well, the stats really aren't saying too much, because 13 goals for Adebayo and 13 for Wesley. But third best scorer is Medina, which is not bad to see. 2 of the new players are up there. However, I don't know if 13 goals for 2 players is good enough to stay in the league. However, I have very good news, as by one single point we have survived relegation. 16th spot, 1 point ahead of Brighton, on same points than Leicester. Manchester City win the FA Cup over Nottingham Forest. We have been knocked out by Bournemouth in round 3 already. And Everton win the Carabao Cup over Spurs. Whilst we've been knocked out by Plymouth Argyle in round 3, this season it has been all about survival in the Premier League. And I mean, the squad isn't looking terrible at all, especially in the striking position. Wesley at left wing is really coming in clutch. Totti at left back spot. Mengi in centre back. Kraus is already 81. Medina 79. Moscardo 77. Lokia, we might look into him. Dodo is good. Lokia is 76 rated and Kaminski 77 rated. I've sent Romjade Novuzu on a half-year loan just to give him as much game time as possible. We had Walton as a backup. I am just grateful we didn't get relegated in Season 2, the first one in the Premier League in this rebuild. We didn't do well in the Cups, but it doesn't matter. Let's just all invest everything into Season 3 to continue and improve this side. As Victor Moses has retired, we've gone in for a new left midfielder / left winger. He can play on both wings, it doesn't really matter. But he comes in at 18 years of age, his contract was expiring. It's the first time I'm signing this lad. It is Mikey Moore from Spurs for 8.1 million, an absolute bargain. We will need more of these bargains because we only had about 31 million this season to go in for new players. That is not a good budget compared to even last season. We've also made the sale of Alan Campbell for 2.2 million to Middlesbrough. Next up, we go in for a so-called utility player. He can play on left back as well as right back. We didn't have a lot of squad depth there, so that's what we opted to go in for. A bargain, as it's a free agent in Tony Montero, a Spanish man, only 20 years old, 75 rated. And so for our final signing of this season, season number 3, we bring in a centre-back from Uzbekistan. It's the first time I buy this player. Found him really interesting and his contract was expiring again. You guys know how much I love an expiring contract. That's why I go in for Abdukodir Kusanov. Coming in from RC Lens for about, I'm not even sure how much it cost us. 14 million. We've also further cleared out the club, selling Jadon Luka to Gaziantep in Turkey. Tomasz Kaminski, the goalkeeper, he's been sold to Arsenal, and I'm going to show you why in a moment. Tom Holmes goes to Cremonese for 1.4. Majuel Anderson goes to Rayo for 3.3, and Daiki Yoka also leaves us to Leicester City for 4.8 million, as well as Walters and Johnson, 2 fullbacks, getting loaned out. Now we have sold goalkeeper Kaminski just to give the one overall lower rated of Uswaduru the game time. He's of course grown well, and as good as I know the game, as far as I know the game, they wouldn't give the game time to the lower rated goalkeeper, even though he's 11 years younger. So that is the reason why Walt is still the backup goalkeeper. Lokia is now on the bench, of course, getting replaced by one overall higher rated Kusanov. That's one of the major changes we've made. We've also changed Mikey Moore into the right midfield there, replacing Moses. So the transfers alongside here Montero haven't been absolutely brilliant, but they are transfers all for present and future. I've also changed Mikey Moore from a left midfielder to a right winger, and he stays at a 74, but he will go up in about season number 3 with Luton Town is over, and it's getting better. We are in 13th place on 46 points, 10 ahead of the relegation zone, 10 ahead of Nottingham Forest, who got relegated. And on the other side of the table we have Arsenal, who are the champions. The FA Cup goes to Arsenal over Southampton, whilst we have actually made it into the semi-finals where we got absolutely trashed. I've never seen that before. 7-0 by Arsenal. I haven't seen that on simulations. While in the Carabao, we made the final of the Carabao Cup. What a season we've had. Losing just about to Chelsea 2-1, that's much better. Looking at the squad, it is clear who was responsible for that. 83 rated Wesley, who scored 21 goals, 8 assists, 18 goals for Mikey Moore, who is 79 rated, and then 9 goals for Adebayo only, our striker who might get replaced next season. This side is coming together very nicely. As I said, the striker Adebayo might get looked into next season. But all the others are very good. Ovuzu Oduru has grown to an 80. That's why it's important to give game time to those guys. Kuzanov at an 80. Our team, our defense is very good. Our midfield is good. It's really just the striker and Mikey Moore, who's only 19. I'm really happy with how things unfolded in Season 3. The first 3 seasons have been really good. We've actually finished in mid-table in the Premier League. Semi-finals of the FA Cup is great. And runner-up of the Carabao is good as well. So we've actually been provided the perfect opportunity to go in for a free agent, a centre-back. He's only 19, I think, and already 81 rated. Saverio Romano, an Italian, an absolute bargain, coming into Luton Town. And just like that, we've once again sold a collection of players. Carlton Morris goes to Sunderland for 9 million. Zach Nelson goes away from the club to Plymouth for 2.3 million. As well as Royal Walters, who goes to Cardiff for about 5. Selling those players gives us the opportunity to have a budget of 62 million to go in for certainly a striker. This guy could be our game changer. Our new striker coming from Morocco. He's only 21, an exciting prospect, already in his 80s in the rating. It is Fouad Said, a regen. 82 rated, 56.5 million he cost us from Leverkusen. With Said coming into that side. Whoa, see what I did there. He's 21, 82 rated. Our new striker up top, 6 foot tall. About 81 physical, 87 pace and 81 shooting. I'm really excited to see what he can bring. It's the end of season number 4 and what has happened here? We are in 3rd place in the Premier League. In the top 4, which means Champions League football is there to be played. Man City are the champions by a mile as well. We are just 1 point behind 2nd place Liverpool. What a season we've had. 21 wins. 10 draws, only 7 losses. Manchester City win the FA Cup over Liverpool. Here we've made it into round 5, which is the round of 16, getting knocked out by West Ham. The Carabao goes to Liverpool over Wolves. Here we've been beat by Arsenal in the quarterfinals. Let's have a first look then at the Champions League, where PSG have defeated Real Madrid. The Europa League goes to Bayern in a star-studded final over Atletico Madrid. And the Conference League goes to England, to Aston Villa over OGC Nice. I mean, 29 goals by Said, our new man. What a signing he was. 24 even for 86 rated Wesley. 12 goals, 16 assists for Mikey Moore. What a signing he was. This side is incredible. A few weaknesses, so to speak, like 81 rated Dodo, maybe 81 rated Owusu Oduro. We will look into that next season, but for now, this is a phenomenal achievement. We are in the Champions League. This rebuild is going so well. Wouldn't have expected to be in the Champions League in Season 5 with a championship club. But 3rd in the Premier League will enable us to just do that. Well, in season number 5, we will be in the Champions League, and so we need to change something at right back. Dodo is 2981 rated, and he will take a long time before he grows. And that's why we bring in the Brazilian right back Wanderson for 4 million plus Dodo. He comes from from Crystal Palace actually. In real life he plays for Monaco. And so guys, we finally got hold of our goalkeeper for present and future for our first Champions League season. He's only 18 years of age. Coming in from Manchester United, but he's 85 rated. We've swooped in for him because he was even the highest rated goalkeeper at Man United. It is Alpha Koulibaly, what a name. A Cameroonian. Coming in for 100 million from Man United. He's 85 rated. We've also made a few sales. Joe Johnson to Lusk, Ryan Robinson to Birmingham, Tom Lockyer to Sheffield United, as well as the big one, Rome Jadon Owusu Oduro to PSV, as we've just bought Alpha Koulibaly. Which means that for one final player, for squad depth purposes, I would say we have 35 million left. For a CDM on the bench, respectively in the starting 11, one who will challenge for that starting spot, we go to Turkey, to Galatasaray, to bring in a leader of men, former Arsenal number 6, Lucas Torreira, coming in for 25 million, and wrapping up our transfer window. I mean, we are really thin in terms of squad depth. We've brought in Torreira, who will strengthen that bench. Then we've, of course, brought in, where is he? Wanderson on right back. He's 2783 rated. An upgrade on Dodo. And the 18-year-old superstar we've bought, Koulibaly in net. He will make all the difference compared to Rome Jadno Vuzoaduru, who has made a great job. But now it was time to pass on to a just better goalkeeper. As for the first time in this rebuild, we will be playing in the UEFA Champions League, the biggest club competition there is. The target, of course, of this rebuild is to win that competition in the end. So let's see the halfway point of season number 5, and we are in 3rd place. 10 points of Newcastle in first, who are running away with it in style. But we are in 3rd place, 1 point ahead of Liverpool and 2 ahead of Chelsea. We have actually finished in top spot in the UEFA Champions League phase, which means that we will go to the round of 16, skipping the playoffs. That is crazy. Finishing in 1st place in the Champions League. Our first outing in the UEFA Champions League knockout stages is away against AZ Alkmaar in the round of 16. Let's see how this goes. We should be the favourites here, but it's a 1-0 loss. Parrot with the only goal for AZ Alkmaar, and we come away with a loss in the Netherlands. That's not a good start. Here we are then at Kenilworth Road. Can we turn the game around against the Dutch side, or will we get embarrassed? No, it's a 3-0 win this time. Mikey Moore with a brace and Wesley with the other goal. Our wingers coming in clutch. 3-1 win on aggregate. This is where it gets really tough though. In the quarterfinals we will face Liverpool, first away from home at Anfield. Can we create something there, like an upset? It's a 2-1 loss, so we are behind, even though we were ahead in the game. Chiesa and Szoboszlai turn it around. 2-1 win for Liverpool. The big prize money question though is, can we turn things around just like we did against Alkmaar? Another opponent, a much more difficult one, but we bow out due to a 2-2 draw, 4-3 defeat. On aggregate, Moen Wanderson score, but Gravenberch kills all our hopes. At the end of the day, we stay in 3rd position, only 4 points of Manchester City. We are coming closer and closer to the Premier League title. But well done, lads. The FA Cup goes to Chelsea over Leeds. We've been knocked out by Bournemouth in round 4. The Carabao Cup goes to Arsenal over Man City. Here we've been knocked out in the quarterfinals by Aston Villa. Finally, Liverpool, the ones who knocked us out, defeat Roma to win the Champions League. I'm feeling a little bit better now. The Europa League goes to Atletico Madrid over Lyon. And the Conference League goes to Italy, to Juventus over Newcastle. This season we are looking at 24 goals by Wesley, 23 by Said, who is up to an 86, 15 even for Moore, 11 for Wanderson from right back, and 11 goals and 11 assists for 90 rated Christian Medina. This squad is looking very, very good. It will need one or the other improvement, but I'm not even sure what to improve, to be honest, because all the players are looking fairly good, because maybe Wanderson, because he's already 28, but yeah, let's wait and see. I'd say we've done a magnificent job, 3rd in the Premier League, quarterfinals of the Champions League. Not too bad of a 5th season. Let's hope that the next one will be even better. Bringing in a new right back who is 25, 84 rated, replacing Wanderson who is 3 years old, the same overall. In the long run, he will give us a better chance. It is Conor Bradley for 3.4 million plus Wanderson in a swap deal from Marseille. Our second signing is going to be a right winger because we didn't have any backup over there. We needed a winger backup. And the former Tottenham man, Brennan Johnson, coming from Leipzig, his contract was expiring. Coming into the club, 34 million. We've already made a signing from Saudi Arabia this rebuild, and here is the next one. A backup striker, 25, 82 rated from Al Nassr once again. Replacing Adebayo as a backup striker, it is Umar Diakite for 42 million, joining Luton Town. We also sealed the deal for Ollie Hobson, who goes to Lugano, our former Youth Academy player who didn't really develop, and Elijah Adebayo goes to Nottingham Forest for 19 million. Thank you for your service, mate. We are very thin in terms of squad depth, but we are looking good now, with Johnson and Diakite slotting in to the subs bench, and Bradley into the starting 11. He's 26, 84 rated. 2 years younger than halfway point of season 7, and we finish in 3rd place in the UEFA Champions League phase, which means that we will once again go through immediately to the round of 16. And we are running away with it in the Premier League, 9 points ahead of Liverpool in 2nd. 55 points, only 2 defeats after 23 games. It is round of 16 time, away at Inter, first leg. Let's see if we can overcome the Italian giants, but it's a 1-0 loss. That is not a good start once again. Now, will we be able to flip things around once again at Kenilworth Road? Let's see. It's a 2-0 win after extra time. We come through Said and Baptiste of all people with the winning goal in the 112th minute. What a legend. Quarterfinals are calling, and we will be playing Borussia Dortmund, first away from home with a very strong starting 11. Goalkeeper up to a 92, and it's a 0-0 draw. It was important maybe that the goalkeeper was good. He saved all their shots. Well, it is quarterfinal second leg time, 0-0 on aggregate. Can we go through at home? Yes, it's a 3-2 win. Moscardo and Wesley with a brace. Actually, he saved us in the 83rd. Giving us extra time, and then we went through another Wesley goal. Brilliant work, guys. Here we are for the semi-finals at Kenilworth Road against Real Madrid. Of course, we had to face the Kings of Europe. Let's see how it goes. It's a 1-0 win in the first leg. 1-0 win. Said with the only goal of the game. We are almost there. One more big test away at the Estadio Santiago Bernabeu. Can we get through? Against the Kings of Europe, yes, it's a 1-1 draw. Said for Real Madrid, that is their Said, and then Wesley with the equalizer. We win 2-1 on aggregate and go to the Champions League final with Luton Town. And well, in the Champions League final, we will face Bayer Leverkusen of all teams on the 1st of June 2030. We have nailed down the Premier League title, 3 points ahead of Liverpool and 10 ahead of Crystal Palace, so it was very close in the end. But we have done it. First Premier League title of this rebuild. We, however, lose the FA Cup final to Crystal Palace. Our first FA Cup final, losing it. Man United win the Carabao Cup over Everton. Here we've been beaten by Burnley on penalties in round 3 early doors. Finally, the other European competitions, Real Sociedad defeat Lazio in the Europa League final, and Leeds United bring a trophy to England, defeating Bologna on penalties to win the Conference League. We are looking at 32 goals for Fouad Said, 23 for Wesley, even 11 assists for him, 19 and 10 for 90-rated Moore, and then 17 and 15 from centre midfield from Medina. That is exceptional. However, this is where it all comes down to. Estadio Metropolitano, the Atletico Madrid stadium in Spain, of course. Luton Town against Leverkusen. This is Kraus. Kraus into Medina. What a play. Moscardo looking for Said. This is the chance. Said couldn't pass it over to Moore. That would have been a brilliant goal. This hasn't been a great game so far. Maybe now the first goal will fall. Is Benasser. Chance, but goes wide, thankfully. Here is Conor Bradley. We changed him for Wanderson. Let's see what it will bring to us. This is Conor Bradley still. Bradley into Moore. Into Medina. Now Kraus looking for Said. What a ball. This is Said. 1-0. No offside. The Moroccan, our man for all occasions. 1-0 Luton Town after 32 minutes. Nice steal here as we still keep on going. Moore into Said. Chance to make it 2. But deflected and corner. And now Medina. Medina into Said. Could we make it 2 here? Said! Just wide. This is Doughty, our OG. The superstar. He's 88 rated. Who would have thought that? But here he loses out. Doku, even Doku has gone too. Leverkusen as he goes through now and scores the equalizer. It's 1-1. Jeremy Doku turns on the boost. And it's 1-1. Still Leverkusen on the charge here. Palacios. They've really gained a lot of ground here in the last minutes. This is Mikey Moore. Can he create something here at last into Said? What a ball. This is the chance. Said misses the target. How did that happen? Said misses the target from close range. Bradley with a nice steal here. This is the chance. Bradley into Saeed. But this time Restes is there to save. Wesley sets himself free. Plays it into Saeed. But the defender is there and that will be extra time, I think. And could we now go on a counter? Saeed swaps past one, past two. This is Saeed. 1-on-1 with Restes. Finally scores again. It's a brace for Saeed, but what a goal that was. What a run from midfield. And then he just blasts the shit out of this, but very precisely. It's a 2-1 to Luton Town. Can we bring the Hatters their first Champions League trophy? It looks very likely now. For the last quarter of an hour, I'm going to bring on Kuzanov for that centre-back spot, and also Johnson for Wesley. Moore goes on to the right wing spot, the left wing spot, and Johnson with his left foot on the right. Leverkusen are keeping the ball, but they're not really attacking that much. As now maybe Vlahovic could change that. They have a chance and they make it 2-2. I mean, I should just keep my mouth shut sometimes. 1:15 minutes in. Alberto Moleiro with another equalizer, 2-2. Will this game go to penalties or will Bayer Leverkusen even attack one more time? No, as Mengi gets a foot in, blasts the ball away, and it's penalty shootout. Captain Mengi, the centre-back, is going to take our first penalty against Restes, and Mengi scores. 1-0, that's a good start. Now Vlahovic up against Koulibaly. Vlahovic blasts it home. Kraus, the CDM now, next up against Restes, and he scores as well. One centre-back, one CDM have scored. Now Hernandez must be a regen. Hernandez scores as well, it's 2-2. Saeed, the brace scorer of the game. This is Saeed. Saeed very easily slots it home. And now Lopez up against Koulibaly. No chance for the goalkeeper so far. As now Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson up against Restes. Johnson makes no mistake. Palacios, the captain of Bayer Leverkusen. Palacios, he misses. Koulibaly saves it. And now we have a big chance to win that game if Mikey Moore slots his penalty the right way. And he does. It's 5-3 on penalties. Luton Town have won a very good Champions League final. Went to extra time. We thought we'd won it for both times, actually, in normal time and in extra time. Leverkusen showed great courage, came back 2 times, but in the end, this penalty is what's enough, is what makes Luton Town the champions of Europe. It took us 6 seasons, but finally, we have done it. But lads, if you enjoyed this rebuild with Luton Town, a lower league rebuild, a championship rebuild, which I think we've done very well in, then please consider dropping a like on the video and subscribing to the channel. I'd really enjoy that if you could make that come true. However, lads, we've won everything with Luton Town, and that is where we are wrapping up today's rebuild with our captain, an OG. Actually, 2 OGs have been here at the club till the end, in Mengi and Doughty, and it will be Mengi, the centre-back, lifting the still invisible trophy. I mean, when are you going to fix this, EA? But oh well. It's been Rebuild Sombrero. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm out.